I'm gonna say the meanest thing ever right now, chat. Right out of my lips. Clip it, ship it, ready to turn it into an essay. Are you ready? And when I grab your I'm gonna so far up your and you're gonna yeah! Ooh. You know one thing that I've been... I feel like I've been pissing my friends off. Because... I was talking to Numi the other day, and I think she got, like, fucking pissed at me. But then she didn't want to yell at me. Oh, I've been knowing. Because, like, Numi feels bad being mad, right? So then she was just like... This is how Numi sounded. She was like, oh, girl, It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I know, I understand. I'm always here for you, but... Sure. It's okay, it's okay. What did you do? You want to know how I vent, chat? Like, if you think, right? On stream, I talk like this. And off stream, I'm just like, I'm venting everything out. This is how I vent. So, I've been going through shit. You know, it's been taking a slight toll on my mental. When I say slight, it's been taken... Honestly, it's been taken... It's been beating my mental up, right? So I needed someone to talk to. So I was like, hey, Numi, are you okay? Like, it took me 3 days because I'm like, hey, are you feeling okay now? Because I don't like to vent to people when they're also going through something bad. So I like to make sure that they're also doing well. And eventually, Numi's like, you want to talk about something? I know you do. Just say so. And I was like, as long as you're feeling okay. So then I start talking, and I was like, but, well, sometimes, you know, I just feel bad. Like, she's like, just say it. Just say what you want to say. And I'm like, okay, but I'm gonna sound really selfish. So please know that that's not the kind of person I am, okay? I'm just really upset right now, so I'm just gonna say things from the heat of the moment. And I'm just really sad about something. So, yeah, please know that I don't actually mean what I say. I'm just really upset. So I'm just gonna say whatever. And after a long-ass, like, disclaimer, I added a fucking 1 hour-long disclaimer. Finally, I was like, I thought I was selfish. But then Numi was telling me, it's like, fuck you for disclaimering me for that long. But I was like, basically, I was telling her how exhausted I feel. It's just one of those, right? I'm just like, sometimes, man, I care a lot about people. I do, and I wish they're okay, and I want to do the right thing. And I want to act appropriately, and I want to be able to support them. Because I believe that people can be better people, and I want to be able to support this transition to making them a better person. But sometimes I just feel really exhausted, and, you know, this is the selfish part. What about me, man? You know, I don't want to think about myself, but, like, gosh.
She a 300 girl, it's not gonna kill you to be selfish a day in your life. You can't be selfless without caring about yourself.
That's, yeah, I was...
Our long disclaimer just to say I fucking hate your jorts, bro.
I was like, jeez, Rick. Yeah, I was telling Numi, basically, I was like... Numi's telling me that it's not selfish to feel that way, but I do feel selfish. It's just... I was basically telling her I kind of want... You know, what about me, right? Like, I don't want to make it about me, but... Sometimes I'm going through shit, and I want people, you know, to take care of my shit too, but I don't want to burden other people, but I also feel kind of shit about it. Because I'm like, what about how I feel? You know? And I felt really guilty saying that out loud. But after I got it out loud, I felt quite relieved. And Numi was like, that's it? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, dead ass. That's it. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, one thing that a lot of my friends are telling me is like, I can't neglect myself either. So I have to be careful about that. And I think they're valid. It's just really, I don't know the balance, you know? Like, the way I think is like, if let's say someone hurts me, I like to think it's like, okay, is this something that I'm okay with? Like this, yes, it hurts a lot and it sucks. However, do I see that this is a good person? If the answer is yes, then let me maybe just like, I don't know, I feel like people can change, right? And like, the best course of action is I will support them, and I'm gonna be, you know, supporting of their positive change, and I'll remind them that they can be a better person, and I will support their positive change. Which means, you know, I can't, no crash outs. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't know how to just put into words. It's like, if let's say you're an asshole, right? If let's say you're an asshole, and in response, I lash out at you, I feel like that's not gonna make you a better person. I feel like you're just gonna turn into more of an asshole. So I feel like if I were to be more like understanding and remind you every now and then that, you know, like, hey, you know, sometimes maybe you shouldn't think this way, right? Instead, perhaps let's think this way, and perhaps this is like this. It could get better. And like, yes, honestly, that works. Like, that tactic works sometimes, but yeah, it's really exhausting to do. And sometimes, you know, people fall and stand back up and fall, so it keeps happening. So now you're just like, wow. Yeah, it does get exhausting. So that's one thing that my friends are trying to drill into my mind, where it's like, sometimes you gotta prioritize, you know? It's like, I think I can handle it, but I guess maybe I can't after all. You know what I mean? It's like, and in the moment I thought I could handle it, but I guess we're all human. Sometimes it's exhausting. Yeah, you have to pick your battles. Exactly. Me, but I know. Listen, a lot of my struggles are just, I'm an idiot. Okay, TLDR, I'm a fucking idiot. I know that. I know but I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna yump. I'm gonna crash out, brother. Whoopee! But I like to believe in the good of people. Oh God, I fucking hate it. I hate it. I, honest to God, believe that people have a good side, and yes, people can make mistakes. And but are the mistakes bad? Yes. Do they make me feel like shit? Yes. But like, I don't want to treat you like a villain. You know, I feel like no one deserves to be treated like a villain. So most of the time, even if I don't want to help them, or like, I'm like, oh, this really hurts my feelings and I'd rather not talk to you. I don't talk to you, but I don't want to make you feel worse. So I just kind of keep it to myself. And then Numi's like, you know, that doesn't really fucking help, does it? That doesn't. Because then they don't know that what they did hurt you. And I'm like, yeah, but they don't need to know. Like, what's the point? Because hurt people, and I don't want to hurt others. Just because someone hurts me, it doesn't give me the right to hurt them back.
In my experience, telling people that you don't like how they've treated you is best done immediately. Think of it this way.
That's what she
if
said
you leave
too.
food out, it's gonna rot. It's easy to take care of that shit in the moment. No one wants to clean up food that was left out for a week or two.
I know, that's what Numi told me too. But in my head, I don't know. I have this is just my own thinking, okay? I think if people hurt others, it's because they are fundamentally hurt too. And I just because they hurt me, it doesn't give me the right to hurt them back. So I would like to show some compassion, and maybe I can learn to be a kinder person after this situation happens, you know? So like, I don't know, maybe it's a good thing for me. Maybe I can learn to be more compassionate. But god damn, sometimes it do be exhausting, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes they're just assholes. That's what she... Damn, everything reminds me of her. But it's okay, I'm trying to figure it out. If you think it's like, Michi, you be careful of what you say on stream because PR, that is true. But I think off stream,
Okay,
I'm just an
I'll
idiot.
hear you out. Can you explain what led to this thought process, or has it just always been like this?
I don't know.
But you're not hurting them by asking them to not treat you like shit.
Well, the thing is, like, I have. Okay, I'm gonna sound like the most pathetic person. I have said it. You know, I'm like, hey, that doesn't make me feel the best.
But it's only in your head, and this thought usually doesn't help and is self-damaging.
I would tell people, don't get me wrong, I'm not like bottling it up and letting them do that, right? I'm just like, hey, I don't quite like this, and it doesn't make me feel very good. But I understand why you did it, so let's resolve the root issue of what made you so aggressive, right? Let's start with this, you know? I feel like your aggression came from here. So let's work on that, huh? And then they're like, yeah, you're right. And then like, I don't know, 3 weeks later, they do the same thing. And I'm like, wow.
Cheer 300,
okay, let's
sure,
just
lots of people are products of the bad things that happen to them. But what separates a good and bad person is whether they let those bad things affect unrelated people. I got demons myself. I don't make it anyone else's problem.
I know, but it must feel so lonely. I think that's also the issue. Like sometimes I got demons too, you know? Because of that, I understand. It's like you must feel so lonely every now and then. Like, I don't want to be your punching bag, but like, you know, I can provide a shoulder to cry on every now and then if you take the offer. But like sometimes people be crying and then they punch me in the face, so I'm just like, wow. Yeah, it's like I don't know why I'm like this, dead ass. I don't know. So yeah, not trying to trauma dump. Holy shit, I don't want to trauma dump. Not trying to get the mood down. I'm just saying. Sometimes I feel like a soggy apple, right? I realize being a soggy apple ain't good for nobody. But some days I do feel like a soggy apple, but fret not. I do. After this whole situation, I realize a lot of my friends are very fucking scary. Like the whole time, they're like I'm telling them and I'm like, oh yeah, they did this. And, you know, I understand. It's because of this. And it's fine. And my friends are like, no, it's not. No, it's fucking not. Oh my God. The moment I see them, I'm gonna... You should tell them this and and I'm just like, oh no, it's okay. Like, you know, I'm sorry that I piss you off. And they're like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, oh God, I'm sorry I upset you, bruh. I don't mean to. And they're like, shut up.
I would also add that some people are also the only main character in their life. And no matter what you say, they will only be able to think about it what you say in terms of how it relates to themselves.
Yeah.
Give them your kindness up to a point, but at some point you have to take that priority back. To be helped, at some point, they have to want to be helped as well. By soggy apple, do you mean wet cat Michi?
I disagree. God damn. Yeah. I don't want to be like, this sounds, okay, when I say this, I find this a little like cringe. You know what I mean? Because this kind of feels like, okay, I may be using this term wrong because I might not know the real meaning of the word. I don't want a virtue signal. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, oh, look at me, chat. I'm such a nice person. I don't think this is nice. Because I don't think I'm being nice to myself. Like, I'm, weirdly enough, very fucking hyper aware about it. But it's like, I don't think what I'm doing is a nice thing to do. Because by the end of the day, it's like, sometimes it does help people. Sometimes it encourages bad behavior, right? Because they think it's okay to treat other people that way. And most of the time, I'm just kind of treating myself like shit. So is this a nice thing to do? No. I think what I'm doing is very fucking stupid. But I've been doing this for so long that it's so hard for me, like, to stop. You know what I mean? Like, after the conversation, I realized, but it's too late!
There's some horse shit thing called Minnesota Nice.
Oh,
it's
Minnesota.
the idea that you should be nice for being nice's sake. Fucking stupid idea. Stand up for yourself first, then you can stand up for your family and friends after you stand up for yourself.
I know, I'm trying. Like, please know, I'm not gonna be like, chat, this is what happens, and look at me, I'm such a nice person. I don't think this is kindness, chat. Because I think being nice and being kind are two different things. I think what I'm doing is nice, yes, for other people. But I don't think it's kind. Because the other person doesn't know.
Sometimes you've got to be the asshole in someone else's story. But as long as you're taking care of yourself, then there's no issue. You can't pour from an empty glass after all.
Yeah, I also know that. So I need to break that habit, but it takes a really fucking long time. Like, there are people that are like, oh yeah, I'm an asshole, but look at me, I do nice things every now and then. You know what I mean? I don't want to paint this picture that I'm a nice person. I make mistakes a lot, bro. Like, sometimes when I get really, really mad, holy shit, I'm just gonna air out my dirty laundry. I don't really care. When I get really mad, chat, I become quite unstable. So it's like, some days I'll be fine, and then throughout the day, I'll get really fucking sad for no reason. And one of my biggest red flags, I think, is I don't hold a grudge, but, okay, this is gonna sound really fucking weird. I try to regulate myself. So because of that, I am very hyper aware of the things I do and why. Does that mean I can stop it? Not yet. I'm working on it. Like, for example, my red flag, right? If, let's say, I'm upset at someone because they did something bad, I hold that grudge. I don't say anything. I just hold it as a grudge. Because of that, let's say 8 months down the line, I'm still gonna be, like, upset about it. But now it doesn't make any sense. And now it's really hard to fix it because it's been 8 fucking months. Right? It's like I'm never gonna tell you. Like, well, recently I've been telling people more often. I'm not gonna lie, ever since I met Numi, I've been trying to tell people more often, like, as fast as possible. But back then, by back then I mean 6 months ago, I would just be quiet about it and I'd hold it. I'm not gonna put it against you. I'm not gonna be like, remember that time you were an asshole to me? Yeah, I still remember that, by the way. Fuck you. I don't do that. But every now and then, I'm just gonna cry. Like, why are you crying? And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm just really sad about something. And they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, don't worry about it. It's fine. And then I cry. So that's really fucking annoying. You know, because it's like, even if you've changed as a person, I'm not over it because I've never processed it yet, right? Like, I'm not trying to be vindictive. It's just, I do not process my own feelings. So it feels like the feelings never go away. And because of that, over time, I just break down a lot. So recently I've been trying to like, you know what? Let yourself process it, right? You process it the way you want to process it. So it's like not a forever thing. So that is, honest to God, one of the annoying parts. It's like, yes, I don't yell. I don't get mad at you. And I don't insult you. And I'm not gonna like be an asshole about it. But I will make you feel guilty by accident because at one point I can't hold it anymore. And then like, you know, it's already been so long since then. And then you have to be forced to revisit that memory. If you're over it, then you have to revisit it. And then now you feel guilty, right? So that's kind of like the part that I've been working on very actively about it though. So I'm not gonna be like, chat, I'm just so flawless like that. Nah, sometimes I don't mean to be vindictive, but I am very aware that my actions can come off as like, oh, you just want me to live in the past. But it's like, I just can't move on sometimes, you know? So it's like, I don't mean to drag you down with me, but not, I'm very aware that my actions do that, so I've been working on it. Ever since I had Numi, I'm like asking Numi for advice, bro. I'm like, Numi, I have a situation. I don't know what to do. And she would like try to ask me questions, and I'm like, I see. Okay. Understood. Let me digest that. Yeah, communication major. I'm very fucking bad at communicating negative feelings. That's why I choose to not think at all. When people are like, oh, Michi, you gotta think for yourself. Step by step here, I barely can feel for myself. So like, let's take it one step at a fucking time, right? Let me have no backbone, bitch. God damn. You think I can form a goddamn opinion? No. God. Ugh. It'd be tough out here. Okay, Numi didn't tell me to do this, but one thing that I now like to do is I would tell people exactly what I prefer them to do, which is really useful. Maybe a bit weird, because I don't think people do that normally, but sometimes if, let's say, someone hurts my feelings, I'm like, hey, I want you to know, I see your effort and I'm proud that you want to change. However, I am hurt, so please excuse my behavior for the upcoming couple of days as I may be dealing with that by myself. However, I would appreciate it if you would check in on me every now and then to maybe, you know, it reminds me that I am not alone and you are still here, willing to take responsibilities for your actions, but I am still proud of you. Smile. Like, I've been putting it into like proper words, you know. I'm not just being like, don't worry about it, don't worry. Like, I'm not just doing that. I've been trying to like, hey, I'm proud of you, but I'm still kind of healing myself.
It's okay to make someone live in the past if they were an asshole.
I like that.
You.
I like that.
Maybe they should be confronted with their actions in the light of day.
Yeah, but sometimes people do change, you know? Like, even if people are a big asshole to you, if they change, I don't want to be the reason they revert back to being an asshole. Yeah, I hit them with the corporate ass response. Sincerely, your friend and coworker, Michi Mochibi. Dear insert person here. Hello there. I hope this email finds you well. But it helps. I told Numi that I am very nervous that sometimes the way I talk sounds very cold-hearted. Please know, I do not know how to verbalize certain things. So sometimes if it sounds a bit like robotic or like a bit too level-headed, please know it's because like that is, I'm learning, man. I don't really know how to talk about it in an emotional way, you know. But maybe one day I'll be able to do it better. Yeah, I'm a fucking bot, bro. I remember, oh my god. You want to know a funny example? Well, maybe not funny, but I have like an example that is super recent that I was like, oh God, I hope I don't sound too emotional with what I'm saying. And they're like, brother, you sound robotic. And that's me. Like that was me being emotional. I was like, oh God, I hope like I'm not too emotional. I hope like it doesn't translate that I'm being like I feel a lot towards this. And they're like, brother, you sound actually kind of robotic a little bit. So don't worry about it. So a couple of days ago, right? I don't know if it's a week ago or something. I made a big mistake and I apologized on Discord, TLDR. In my opinion, I think what I did was really bad. And I actually felt really guilty about it because here's the best way I can describe it. I think once it dawned on me that I could have really hurt other people, I just instantly felt really fucking guilty. I know I apologized, but I wanted to sincerely, like, genuine to God, apologize better. Because I really don't like hurting people. And I don't like, you know, I already said it before. So I wanted to apologize sincerely on Discord, right? So I was like typing out a message to be like, hey guys, I'm really sorry for what I did. Like, I think what I did was pretty bad. I was emotional about it because I genuinely felt a lot of guilt. I talked about it to some people, and the way they said it's like, okay, Michi, but like no one got hurt. So like you know, we get that you're emotional, but you don't have to be this emotional because no one got hurt by the end of the day. And I'm like, yeah, but someone could have. It's not about someone did or did not. It's like they could have gone hurt. And the idea that they could have gone hurt really fucking bothers me because it just made me very, you know, upset, right? Like I could have hurt someone. And I was like, damn, I was beating myself up. And I think I deserve that. Because it's not like I beat myself up for a week. I beat myself up. I learned my lesson. I'll never do it again. Period.
And this mentality is exactly why we know you're a good person.
Okay, apologizing for a mistake doesn't make you a good person, okay? That's like the bare minimum, chat. So I was like, I need to apologize, you know? Because I could have. I wouldn't want to, but I could have. So I'm gonna own up to that shit and I'll apologize. And I was like, I think I'm becoming too emotional. Like, I don't want it to make it about myself, right? Like, one thing, me personally, that I don't like in an apology is when someone is being very fucking vague. I don't like that. You know when someone is like, I'm sorry that you feel that way? Cut! Or like, I'm sorry for that thing I did. Cut! Like, you need to own up. If you can't even sit there and admit what you did, you don't, like, then how are we all supposed to know? Like, you don't actually want to change.
Yes, it's the bare minimum, and that in this age makes you a good person.
Man, you gotta up your standards, chat. Apologizing for a mistake someone did is bare minimum, okay? I'll always say that. So, it's one of those things, like, you gotta
apologizing because someone could get hurt makes you a good person. Some people only apologize when they are forced to, after someone has already been hurt.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest fear. I know eventually, I hope not, knock on wood. I try to be very careful, but one day I might do something and without knowing I hurt someone, I will always apologize for that. But I really hope I never do that. But if I do, oh gosh, I'm so scared. So either way, I don't like apologies that are vague. I don't like apologies that you don't own up to your actions. You know, it's like, I'm sorry that I did that thing that one time. It's like, okay, you don't have to write the chronological order of what you did, but at least address it, you know? Like, I'm sorry that what did you do? Don't just say that or this, what did you do? And then you actually tell them, yeah, like sincere. But one thing that I don't like about an apology is when they are making it about themselves, kind of like, oh, pity me, right? It's like, woe is I am so upset about it. So I kind of want it to be like, an apology is not something, like, yes, you do feel better after apologizing, but an apology should mostly be about you. Like the people that you either did impact, or you could have impact, or you could have, would have, or have affected. An apology is for them, right? So I don't want to be overly emotional and make it about myself. So I was like writing it down and I'm like, shit, I'm afraid because I'm really emotional. What if this comes off as really emotional? And my friends are like, this sounds kind of robotic, actually. My friends are like, blah, 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 kind of robotic, actually. And I was like, damn, well, this is how I word things. Because I think like, this is my opinion.
Thanks to Warlock for the 15 resub.
I think if you apologize, people nowadays, I realize when people apologize, they expect to be forgiven. I apologize because I want people to know, like, if you are impacted, I am very aware. Like, now I am aware that what I did was bad, and I promise not to do it again. If you choose to forgive me, I am very appreciative. If you choose not to, that is absolutely fair. That's fine, right? This is just me telling you what I did was wrong. You're not crazy to be upset about it. Like, you are so valid to be upset because what I did was wrong. That's kind of an apology, in my opinion, at least right now. So I don't always look for like you're so Mousy. No. I'm not beating myself over it. I saw.
Penny and Sushi need to schedule your off time better.
I'm
Several
giving...
days where none of you stream susks.
This is an example. You tuned in at such a wrong time. Hi, baby girl. No, I was giving an example because the way I was telling chat that like the type of person that I am is so robotic when it comes to emotional shit. You know, like if I'm upset at someone, I can't be like, you hurt me. And honestly, you're a horrible person for hurting me. Like, I can't do that. I would type it like a fucking email. Bro, we were on call and she was distracted. No! Shut the fuck up, Mouse. Shut your fucking... Zip it. Okay, no. This is an example because I like to write. If I'm emotional, I write things like an email. You know what I mean? I'm like, dear whoever is impacted, I hope this email finds you well. I would like to know, I would like to sincerely address this situation. The situation as follows. Blah, 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 blah. After the situation, this is how I feel. Blah, 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 blah. And thus, I would like to propose a fair trade where even though, like, that's how I word it because that's one of the only ways I know how to word it, but I can't word it in an emotional way. And this is an example. One of the examples was the apology I did recently because it's a recent example. Oh my God. I remembered. I was like, really... I don't want to make it about me, brother, but I was really like... I felt so fucking guilty about it. And I was telling Mouse, right? Because I'm like, oh my God, Mouse. Oh my God. And I told her, like, I was telling her, I'm like, oh God, I feel like I'm not doing enough. Oh shit, I feel so guilty about it. And Mouse is like, please stop beating yourself up over it. And I'm like, no, I need to grill it in my head that my actions have consequences. And I need to make sure I'll never do this again. So I can't forget about it, at least for a while. Because I forget things very easily.
You're borderline apologizing for the quality of your apology when so many people never even get as far as acknowledging they aren't perfect, let alone actually regretting their fuck-up.
Bro! Mousy was grilling my ass about it. I was like, I'm not beating myself up over it, but I need to, like, remember, you know what I mean? Like, it needs to be, like, a fun foundation in my brain. The best way I explain it is, like, I just didn't think about it. And I think that's what bothered me the most. It's like, I didn't even think that far. Yes, it's a genuine mistake, but the fact that it's a genuine mistake is like, I didn't even think. Like, it's like if I did an action, I didn't know that the action could, like, branch out to so many different things, right? So I'm like, fuck, I could have... damn. So I needed to be, like, drilled in my brain, so I'm more careful about it. I'm not beating myself up. I'm just, like, trying to remind myself, like, hey, be extra careful. I know it's scary to think about, but thankfully nothing... I'm not beating myself about it anymore because now it's already part of my brain system. Now I'm very fucking careful. Like, it's already been so long that now, like, subconsciously, you can't tell, but I have my hands on my head. Subconsciously, it's in my brain, and I think I trust myself not to make the same mistake twice. Yeah. So I'm kind of... I'm a beating myself up, you know? But... this was an example. Mousy was grilling me. Mousy was fucking grilling me. She was like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I'm very grateful. Like, I feel like this selfish. It should probably not come from me, but like, I'm grateful nothing bad happened. Phew. But I will never do it again in case something maybe bad could potentially happen. Yeah, I need to be grilled. I have bad memory.
Thanks, 2011 for the one resub.
I'm telling you, every time I get like... I would talk to Mouse about it, and I'm like, Mousy, I feel like a bad person. She's like, oh no, what did you do? And I'm like, I did this. Oh God. And Mousy's sitting there. It's like...
Dear Valmart,
what?
I sincerely apologize for my personal failure in not returning my cart to the cart corral.
No!
That shit rolled across the parking lot and didn't hit anything, but I feel bad anyway. Hopefully Santa still visits.
Oh my god, chat. Oh my fuck. Okay, first of all, that's such a call out. Second of all, you know I do feel guilty because one time when I was younger, I didn't put my cart back. And in Indo, it's really fucking hard. Okay, we have carts everywhere. I didn't put my cart back, and then I didn't notice. Like, I was unloading all my shit, and I didn't notice that it moved, and it hit, like, another car. It didn't hit it very hard, but it, like, donked another car, and I felt so fucking guilty about that. So ever since then, now I'm like, I always return the cart to, like, I'm like, oh shit, this is why you need to return the cart. Because, like, I know, like, nothing happened. The car was fine. It's not like I scratched another person's fucking car, but it's like, what if that was a person? What if it's a baby? What if my cart fucking hit a baby? It could have been so fucking bad. So I felt so... So now I'm like, Mousy has infected. Oh my god. Mousy and the cinnamon roll tax infection. Hi, Mono. You can figure out everything you need to know about someone, whether or not they return the cart. Man, you know one thing that I realize? In some countries, in order to get the cart, you have to insert a coin, right? Like, you have to put like $1 or something, or like £1 in the cart, and then you take it out, and then when you return it, you get your coin back. Yeah, like a quarter or something. I don't know, like you put money. In my country, that doesn't exist. You just take it. Like, we don't have that coin system. Low-key, it is smart, but in my country, you just kind of take it, and then you don't really... You can put it wherever, and then we have like people just kind of putting it back. Like the store people would put it back for you. So it's so common to see carts like in the middle of the parking lot, in the middle of the road. Like people just kind of put their fucking cart wherever. You know, we don't have the money system. But like I put it back because I'm so scared of it like hitting a baby. You know, every time I would talk to Mouse and I'm like, Mouse, I feel so guilty about this. And Mouse is like, Michi, you're a good person, okay? Don't hurt, like, don't guilt yourself so much. Don't beat yourself up so much. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what would you do? And Mouse is like, yeah, I would also feel... Boom! Mousy is exactly like me. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because we're literally the same person, okay? We're the type of people that are like, oh my god, I stepped on this flower, but it's on another person's lawn. Like, what if this is their favorite flower? And I feel bad. Time to buy them a new fucking flower. Like, let's be so for real, bruh. But I appreciate Mouse for grilling me. Because when Mouse tells me things, I would grill her back. And Mouse is like, yeah, Michi, but what would you do? And I'm like, oh, now that's a funny story. Now that you are hilarious. Did you know that, Ironmouse? You are so fucking funny. I'm about to cackle. Right. Mouse, you'd be like, oh, I feel bad because I feel like I'm inconveniencing people. And I'm like, Mouse, you're inconveniencing nobody. You should love yourself. You should take care of yourself. And Mouse is like, if you were me, what would you do? Gagged! Suddenly, my mic is broken and I am on indefinite mute. That is crazy work, brother. I don't know how you did that. Michi really hit the itsy bitsy spider. When the rain poured, did the itsy bitsy spider give up? No. It climbed the fuck back up, chat. Lock the fuck in. Yeah. Lock the fuck. God damn. Love yourself now. Oops, lost internet. Dropped from the call. Oopie. That's the thing. One of my favorite things about Mouse is like she is so tough when it comes to defending her friends. But when it comes to herself, oh my god. It's okay. It's like a mutual thing, you know? If like Mouse will be upset at someone for my behalf, I will be upset at someone for Mousy's behalf. Because I swear to god, bitch, this girl is like, how dare they say that to you? It's like, I can't believe they said that you're ugly. They deserve nothing. You blah, blah, blah. They are horrible people. But the moment someone says the most horrendous shit to Mouse, she's like, it's okay.
Same, bro.
You know?
Talk shit about my friends. Watch out. Talk shit about me. Fuck that guy, okay?
No, oh my god. Mouse. Okay, Mouse. This is literally Mouse. Okay, I'll POV. I am Ironmouse. Hold on. I even have a model for this. I'm gonna call her out. I will. Check this out. Boom. Boom. Bim bam boom bam bam. This is her. She's like, you deserve all the love and respect in the world. Okay, people need to treat you with love and dignity and respect. The respect you need. But if someone is like being really mean to Mouse, she's like, it's okay, they probably don't mean it. And I understand, you know, probably they're having a bad day. And I don't want to add to that bad day. So I understand where they're coming from. It's alright. Maybe they'll learn. And I'm always gonna be here for them. Because I think people deserve second chances. Okay, shut the fuck up, Chad. Don't hit me with the familiar sounding. Listen. That's why we got each other, okay? I will be mad for Mouse. Mouse will be mad for me. Just don't pull that Uno reverse card. It's me. Ah! Just don't hit me with the... What would you do if you were me? It's just, you know damn well what I'm about to do. Don't fucking make me say it, alright? Sometimes I be preaching, but I don't be doing. At least, I do half of it. You know? So sometimes when I talk to Mouse and Mouse is like grilling me for it, I'm like, what would you do? And she's like, oh. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I thought so. I really thought so. But I appreciate though. Because sometimes, chat, you need a wake-up call, right? Like, Mouse, I think we are very alike. So she understands. I like to assume that Mouse understands how my brain works. So sometimes, like, when Mousy says something to me, it's like a big wake-up call for me to be like, you're right. You're right. Because honestly, you probably know why the fuck I did the things I did. So, yeah, we had a moment where we were talking and Mouse would tell me shit and I'm like, oh my god, me too. Oh my god, me too. And then I would say something and Mouse is like, yeah, me too. It's TLDR, all you can respond with is, oh my god, me too. Okay, this is getting creepy. But this is getting a little creepy. Because can we, like, maybe let's have something different. You know, let's, like, switch it up a little bit. But I appreciate it a lot because having someone call you out that knows exactly how your brain works means a lot. Because sometimes people, like, for example, Numi calls me out. But Numi is very... she's very tough, right? Like, she's not tough, like strong, like super tough, but like she stands her ground. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of flimsy on the ground I stand, but Numi, she stands her ground. So sometimes when Numi tells me to do things, I'm like, it's not that easy. You know, it's like concept, it's so easy to do, but it's not as easy. Like, it's easy for you to say. But when Mouse says it, it's like, you know what? We can have baby steps. Like, I get it, you know? It's probably baby steps to improvement. So I appreciate it a lot. I love Mousy. She's such a sweet, soft bean. She's a sweet, soft bean that thinks she's not the sweetest, softest bean. But she is a very sweet, soft bean. One day, well, I love you too, Bean. We're both beans. We're both just two beans in a pod, but our pod is so soggy and wet. But it's okay. That's our pod. Yay! Oh my god, I can't believe it. We're both really soggy fruits. Just a pair of little bean guys.